the greatest club competition in the world is back. And oh my god, what ties we have in the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. Welcome to the Michael Talks Football channel. Today, it is the round of 16 predictions. My god, do we have some enthralling ties to talk about and predict. So guys, you know what to do. You give your predictions in the comment section down below. If you are new around here, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get the likes up to 16 because it is the round of 16 of the Champions League. Further ado, let's get to the predictions of this year's round of 16 in the Champions League. The first tie we are going to talk about, it is Ajax taking on Benfica. Yes, Ten Hag's side are in great form. As we know, Ajax have been having an amazing season. They destroyed their Champions League group stage. They destroyed Dortmund, they destroyed Sporting, they destroyed Besiktas, right? They're in good form in the Eredivisie. I mean, their only last loss was back in December against AS Alkmaar. You know, the whole controversy with Overmars. We don't need to talk about that. I think some of you might know what happened with Overmars, but let's see if that's going to distract this side heading into this Benfica tie. We know the players they have, right? We know Haller, we know Anthony, we know Edison Alvarez, we know Timber, we know Dusan Tadic, one of the best playmakers in the world, right? But for Ajax, right, if they go into this being so wide open at the back, Benfica can hurt you. They can. They're not the greatest attacking side, but they can hurt you. But Ajax are just on amazing form, right? And then if we compare that to Benfica, oh boy, Benfica, man, up and down sort of season, man. A lot of downs, right? It was good after the group stage of the Champions League, and then Jorge Jesus got sacked late December. Mutual consent, a lot of controversy around the club. You know, Rafa Silva all around it once again. Rafa Silva. Now comes in the interim boss, Nelson Verissimo. We know they're going to be defensive in this game, right? Can the defense just hold this great Ajax side quiet? That's going to be the main thing, I think, for Nelson and his side. But I want to talk about one player that is emerging in this Benfica side, and that is Gonzalo Ramos. He is only a 20-year-old striker, but he's been on great form in the last couple of weeks. So that's a name to watch out for in this tie. You pair him next to Darwin Núñez. You have Otamendi, you have Vertonghen, you have Grimaldo. You have all these, you know, experienced players, right, in the Champions League. This is going to be key against this Ajax side, but I still think Ajax are going to go through in this tie against Benfica. The second tie, it is RB Salzburg against Bayern Munich. Let's first talk about RB Salzburg. Had a little winter break, obviously, in Austrian Bundesliga. They have a little bit of a winter break. They've had a couple of friendlies, and now they've gone once again back into competitive action. Will that winter break hinder their preparation heading into the Champions League, where it's going to be high intensity right away against one of the biggest teams in Europe in Bayern Munich? We know they have excellent players. You think of Aronson, you think of Adeyemi, you think of Junuzovic in the midfield, the experienced Junuzovic. But, I mean, this is a great achievement for RB Salzburg to make it to the round of 16. If they cause this huge upset, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be absolutely massive if RB Salzburg, under their guidance of Matthias Jasile. I don't know if I see it though. I don't know if I see it. But Bayern Munich, Julian Nagelsmann, they are looking very good, right? If it was against Borussia Mönchengladbach, I would pick Borussia Mönchengladbach because that's their nemesis. They simply can't beat them. But this is RB Salzburg. We know they're going to miss three key players in this tie. Neuer, surgery, Goretzka, some sort of knee injury, and then obviously Alphonso Davies. So three of the starters for Bayern Munich will be gone. I don't think that's going to hinder them. Let's be honest here. Bayern Munich are going to be huge favorites in this tie. If they take Adeyemi and RB Salzburg lightly, I still don't think there will be an upset. I really don't. I think Bayern just have too much firepower. Lewandowski, Müller, all of these guys. So Bayern Munich to go through in this tie. The third matchup, it is Sporting Clube de Portugal against Manchester City. This is an interesting tie because, you know, people assume, oh, Man City are just going to walk over Sporting, right? I don't think so. I think this is going to be much closer than people think. So let's talk about Sporting first off, you know, led by Ruben Amorim, one of the most underrated managers in the world for me. Hardly talked about. I highly rate Ruben Amorim. You know, they have a solid squad. They don't have any really big names, but they just have a lot of good players that fit his system. You know, led by talisman Pedro Gonzalez, who's having another great season. Also, they have a Man City loanee in Pedro Porro, who's going to be on the right wing back spot, just bombing forward, getting involved with the attack. You have Coates at the back, who's going to have to try and keep this Man City attack quiet. It's going to be tough, but if you underestimate this Sporting side, just ask Dortmund what happened to them. They got knocked out by Sporting. So Sporting can cause the opposite here, but they're against Man City. And Pep wants that Champions League. He needs it. To just say, I don't need to win the Champions League with Messi. I can do it without Messi. Because multiple times in the last couple of years, Pep has failed. It's not the squad, it's Pep. Pep just overthinks this way too many times. But now, they're having a great season, Man City, right? They're out of the cup competitions except for the FA Cup. They're obviously going to have the league. It's going to be a tight battle. But, come on. Man City have to win this tie, right? I'm going to say Man City win this tie. But, I'm going to say but, Sporting, I think this could be a 2-goal, sort of tie where it could be a tie in Lisbon and then it could be a 2-goal win in Manchester for Man City. So, I will not underestimate this Sporting side. They are very good, as we know. So, Man City to go through in this tie. And the fourth matchup, it is Chelsea taking on Lille. Oh, Chelsea. Oh, my God. What do we need to say about Chelsea? They're good defensive-wise, right? Defending champions of Europe, of course. They keep on going about it, their fans. But their attack, I mean, if you're having your defender score the goals, that's not a good sign, right? Ziyech has been in very good form in recent weeks, but Lukaku, I mean, if you're getting pocketed by League One defenders, I don't know what to say about Lukaku anymore. It's just been a horrible signing so far. And is it because of him? Is it because of the formation? Who knows? But the attack for Chelsea needs to step up. It needs to step up. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel right now has COVID. They're at the Club World Cup. But I think they'll be well prepared for this Lille tie. So even though, Chelsea are misfiring at the moment, I think they can definitely step up their performances in Europe. Are they out of the Premier League title race? A little bit. They're still got the League Cup final. They still got the FA Cup. So there's a lot of competition. So they could focus on the Champions League as well. And then for Lille, just a disaster of a season. A disaster. They showed some good form in December, defeating obviously Wolfsburg 3-1. They ended the year so brilliantly, winning almost every game. And then 2022 happens, and it's been 3 losses in 5 games for Lille. And defensively, they are just a horror show. I don't know what's happened to Botman and Jose Fonte, but Guvranek, I don't know how he hasn't been sacked yet. This side, almost the same side, won the Ligue 1 last year. And now I think they're 10th or 11th in Ligue 1. So Lille have a lot of issues going at the moment defensively. But they got Jonathan David. And I think Jonathan David is also one of the most underrated strikers in the world. Just scoring for fun in League, scoring for fun in the Champions League. So Jonathan David, can he make the difference in this tie? Possibly, but I'm still going to go with Chelsea winning this tie. It's not going to be pretty, I think. This is going to be a low-scoring tie, but Chelsea to go through. And one of the dream matchups, if you say dream matchups, maybe the horror matchups, it is Manchester United taking on Atletico Madrid. Now, both of these teams are having horrible seasons. They're both way, way too inconsistent. Let's start off with Atleti and Simeone. Now, Simeone, you're a defensive manager, but you're leaking way too many goals this season. Way too many goals. Can you blame the center backs? Can you blame Hermoso, Virsalco, Renan Lodi, Jose Jimenez, Savic? Oblak is not, I don't think, a top 5 goalkeeper this season. He's nowhere near it. He's been for the last couple of seasons, but now Jan Oblak is having a difficult time in the goal for Atleti. But one thing they have going for them, they can score goals, right? They have dangerous attacking players. João Felix, Luis Suarez, Griezmann, Thomas Lemar, Carrasco, Rodrigo de Paul. So they have attacking options, but defensively, they are just a horror show. So it's really going to come down to Diego Simeone just installing a defensive shape that is going to work against this Manchester United side. And for Manchester United, I mean, they sacked Ole. In comes in Ralf Rangnick. And, they're good for 45 minutes, and then they're horrible for next 45 minutes. They're horrible for 45 minutes, and then they're good for 45 minutes. I don't know what to expect from Manchester United anymore. I'm a Liverpool fan, right? I hate Manchester United. But I have to honestly say, this is one of the worst times to be a Manchester United fan ever. Because there's just no hope with this side. You don't know what sort of direction they're going to go to. This could be a long-term plan for this side. But one thing they have that Atleti don't have, and I know he's been inconsistent, and I know he's been misfiring of late, they have CR7. They have CR7. And what does Atleti hate most? Facing Cristiano Ronaldo. Is he going to be the difference in this tie? I say yes. 37. Why not just do it one last time? Go on a deep run in the Champions League, Manchester United. I know they're not playing the greatest. Atleti aren't either. But Ronaldo loves playing against Atletico Madrid. So, Manchester United will go through in this tie against Atleti. And the sixth tie we're going to talk about, it is Villarreal taking on Juventus, Emery's side. They're picking up some good form at the moment. You know, they had a little bit of a tricky start to the season. I don't know if it's the Europa League winners hangover, but now they are starting to pick up some form, beating some good teams like Real Betis along the way. We know they got some dangerous players up front. Gerard Moreno, you got Danjuma, you got Paco Alcacer, Chukwueze. These sort of guys can make a difference for Villarreal. Defensively, they are solid as well. So I don't think Villarreal will come into this game thinking, all right, you know, we're going to be the underdogs, but we can definitely play the underdog card. We have done it many times before, and they can pull off the upset, because it would be the upset. And for Juventus. Now, if this tie was played back in December, I would have said Villarreal all day. But now Juventus have done some good business. I credit them for the January transfer window. I think they were the best club in the January transfer window. Why? Because they got rid of Bentancur, they got rid of Ramsey. Kulusevski, I don't think they should got rid of him, but they got some good money from him. You know who they got? Zakaria, and that man, Dusan Vlahovic. He is going to maybe be the difference in this tie. Or will it? Because one of the things that can hamper Juventus in this tie is that man Allegri. Allegri can go into games looking very good attacking-wise, and then the next game be non-existent attacking-wise and just be super, super defensive. So I think the difference in this tie is honestly Allegri. He needs to allow these players to express themselves. Allow Morata, Vlahovic, and Dybala just to be a trio up front and let them create. Dybala is fantastic at creating chances. Morata can't finish, but he's a good link-up player. You have Dusan Vlahovic to finish the chances. So Allegri, let Juventus players just play and you will go through in this tie. So I think Juventus, because of that signing of Dusan Vlahovic, and they're in really good form, they will go through in this tie against Villarreal. The seventh tie we are going to talk about, it is Liverpool taking on Inter Milan. First in Serie A, second in the Premier League. What do we expect in this tie? I think this is going to be the best footballing matchup in this round of 16. Both sides love to play football. Yes, I know Inter Milan just lost the Milan derby. They gave the match away. They really did. They were in cruise control, and then all of a sudden Giroud happened. So Inter haven't been in, I would say, the greatest form or playing the greatest in 2022. But if they can get that form that they were showing at the end of 2021, Liverpool got to be scared. They got to be scared because with Inter Milan, you have the midfield of Brozovic and obviously Çalhanoğlu. No Barella. Barella will be suspended for both matchups. So that's going to be a key thing, I think, in this tie. You have obviously Lautaro, you have Perisic. Perisic has been amazing. You have Denzel Dumfries, who's turning into a right winger nowadays with the formation that they're playing. Can they keep Liverpool quiet? Can they keep Salah, Mane, Jota quiet? It's going to be tough. I think the midfield battle in this matchup is going to be the difference. We know both sides can attack. We know both sides can score goals. But the midfield battle with Fabinho, Harvey Elliott, or Thiago or Henderson against, Brozovic, maybe Vidal and Çalhanoğlu, that is going to, I think, be the turning point in this tie. Who can win the midfield battle? We know both sides are quite solid defensively. Yes, they can leak some goals. So that's why I think this is going to be a very high-scoring tie. And if it's going to be a high-scoring tie, I think Liverpool will go through. But Inter Milan are no joke, as we all know, and I've heavily respected them this whole season. So Liverpool to go through against Inter Milan. And the final tie, the big one, Real Madrid against PSG. My God, are we seeing Mbappe face his future side in this tie? Will Messi step up? We know Messi is picking up a little bit of form, and we know he's shown up in the Champions League, but in La Liga, nothing. Just hits the post. Neymar, well, it is February, but he is not at his sister's birthday. He is actually in Paris training. For Real Madrid, Vinicius Jr. has been a top 5 player in the world this season. He has been on absolute fire. Benzema as well. Let's just talk about Real Madrid though. Benzema, Ferland Mendy are a little bit of doubts in the first leg. They have some injuries, so let's see if they're going to play. If they don't play in that first leg, PSG have to take a massive advantage of that. They have to win by 2 goals. Because then in the second tie, when Benzema and Ferland Mendy possibly come back, Real Madrid will go guns blazing, and we're going to see if PSG have another remontada. I think this is going to be a fantastic matchup. Both sides, they can leak some goals. I mean, we've seen with Real Madrid, yes, when you put a little bit of pressure on them, they can't concede. Look at the Barcelona game, right? They were under pressure a little bit and they conceded 2 goals. They can score as well. For PSG, it comes down to Poch for me. Can Poch get his lineup right? Can he get his tactics right? How will he set up this team? Is he just going to let the front three just stay forward and let the other 7 players, Verratti, Marquinhos, all of these guys just defend? Let's see what happens for PSG, because Poch has to get this right. We know if he goes out of the round of 16, he'll get sacked the next day. We know that's going to happen to Pochettino with PSG. We know that. So I can't wait for this. It's so up in the air. I think this is a 50-50. It's going to come really down to the first leg, I think. Because if Ferland Mendy and Benzema are gone, that's going to be a huge difference for me. Because PSG have to take advantage, like I talked about. So, oh, this is tough. This is 50-50. I'm riding with PSG. I believe Messi will come up clutch in this. He's facing his nemesis in Real Madrid. He wants to eliminate Real Madrid in the round of 16. Let me say that right now. Neymar, he's going to come good. I hope for Neymar, because he's been under a lot of scrutiny. You know, he hasn't performed well in the last year or so. Mbappe, will he show up against his possibly future side? A lot of things going into this game. I cannot wait, but I think PSG will go through in this tie. And there you have it. The round of 16 predictions of the Champions League. Cannot wait. It starts next week on Tuesday with Real Madrid against PSG. You know there will be a watch along for that. You know I will have a live stream on Monday discussing about the Champions League matches that will occur on Tuesday and Wednesday. So if your side is playing on Tuesday or Wednesday, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, send me a message and say, I want to talk about my squad and I want to tell you why we're going to win. So you are more than free to message me. You are more than welcome to come onto the streams as we discuss about the games. If you are new around here, you know what to do. You know, hit that red button, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Champions League videos are going to come a lot now in the next couple weeks with the Champions League back, so I am so goddamn excited. This is the best competition in the world, by far. You know, the World Cup, yes, international football. Club football-wise, nothing compares to the Champions League. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe, everyone. Enjoy the round of 16. And adios.